Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
Point of interest.
Activating.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're just going to be talking about different aspects of Star Citizens and how it's developed over the last 7 years or so. We won't be doing advertising ships because everybody is doing that at the moment, so we're just going to see what you think about the game, if you like the game and whatnot. It's only £27 or something like that just to join in and whatnot. Cheap little ship, etc. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
In the background you've got little miss and you've got logistics officer ... Other members will be joining in throughout the day. At the moment I'm doing simple little logistics cargo runs. The commiss will be in the background, she'll be on shortly, she's going to be doing sound checks to make sure music's in the background, voice is working properly and things like that. I'm slightly deaf at the moment, so I won't be able to speak much because I can't hear. A lot of noise is when I was going in my ears because I was wearing headphones last night. On this run, I'll be at 1 million. And that will take me to level 2 logistics in the game. But I am actually a science officer actually, which the commission will explain all that and what we do in Unity and how it can help you if you wish to join us.
Sound is A-OK on everything.
Roger on that. You'll notice my name is Bridge Commander because I'm actually theory crafting on ships to come out in the future, what the possibilities and what they can do and cannot do. So if you wish to take part in Star Citizens or you want to come in and ask questions, well, we've got the chat box in YouTube. You can put things in there, the committee will get back to me, etc. and whatnot. I forgot to actually set up a PC today, but we'll see how it goes. At the moment I am actually in the Caterpillar because I'm doing cargo runs. It's taken me a couple of days to make 1 million because I've not been really playing because I've been doing other things in the background, you see, running an org, etc. Spectrum. I've got my computer in the background for doing co-piloting like Octavia, etc. I know I'm not supposed to be rabbiting, but at the moment I'm just trying to sort things out. But most probably be silent because obviously sound is affecting my ears at the moment with headphones, you see. have now been interdicted by law enforcement. Now I have to make sure I stay still or to get a crime start. Remain stationary. Scanning process. And if you look at the radar, I will not move until they actually move out. That's this box here. Okay, that's what I'm focusing on. Point of interest.
Activating.
You see, if you see, I'm at Hurston today. You see, if I get a crime start, I'm not allowed to enter Hurston or allowed out unless I'm smuggled out. All those in later patches I'll be doing the game with other members. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive is now on.
I've been in spaceflight all day and I haven't had an interdiction. Now I'm going live on the air. It's all happening. I've been playing the last 2 patches and believe it or not, I haven't had a crime stat. Because I was acting in logistics, you see, but I'm doing logistics work today, you see. Point of interest.
Activating.
We do have every ship in the verse that's in game at the moment to do our role playing, theory crafting and all sorts. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Commentators will be on as soon as they're available, so I'm just actually doing what I can in the background. Oh, that hurts. So it's the thundering of the sounds, you see. I don't know if anyone's talking because I can't really hear them.
Quantum drive is now off.
Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive.
I will be using about 3 different ships today. This ship, the hauler. Wow. Space seems to be pretty busy today. If you'd like the way we do things, please like and subscribe. If you want to join, just click on the link below. That's our Discord channel and feel free to come and take part. As you can see, I'm looking at the radar to make sure when I move up I don't crash into them. That's this radar down here. Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Point of interest.
Activating.
I am level 2 in logistics in the game with 1 million, which I will have after this run. To be level 1 logistics, you have to have 100,000. That takes about a day. Level 2 takes about a day, depending how you do things, so it's 2 days in all. Activate jump drive. So it's
Activating.
It's a bit difficult flying and commentating at the same time, but comes over time.
Drive is now on.
As earlier, like I said, I'll be flying the Caterpillar. I will be flying the 890 Jump, the Starfarer, and a couple of long land vehicles. If you wish to join the game,
Quantum drive is now off.
I think it's about £29 for a cheap little ship. We've got thousands of pounds of ships in the game. You can feel free to fly them and test them all out. Full speed. Full speed.
Roger.
Point of interest.
Activating.
I am approaching AORUS area 54, I think is, because I'll be doing Laramite today. Activate autopilot.
Autopilot. Roger.
I don't know if it's sunset or it's sunrise.
Looks like sunrise to me.
Hi little miss.
Hi, Peppa.
Hi Dot Dot. Deactivate autopilot.
Autopilot. Roger.
Activate landing gear.
Roger.
Speed 5 clicks.
Roger.
And this is where I'm going to be camping out for the day. So usually all this is done by the navigator, you see. But they're at work today, you see, you know what I mean? Don't usually come home into the evenings. Navigator does chart plotting, ATC, traffic control, all those sort of things. That's the only reason why I'm in third person at the moment. just making sure all wheels or all legs are seated on the ground equally. Engines off. Divert power to the shields. Ships have a tendency of moving when they're near slopes. That's me. As you can see, I'm unarmed because I'm actually a civilian operator. Well, I'm not quite unarmed, but as you can see, I've got no heavy artillery on me. I have got a little script there in the... Oh, I've gone wrong, you see. That's what you call multitasking. I might have to skip that because I was actually going to stick it in my voice attack. But I didn't quite get the time to put it in, you see. I'm actually got lost. I don't usually get lost, actually. I was actually going to read a script which I spent all morning writing to describe about Star Citizens. But unfortunately, if I don't get it out today, I will script it and stick it in for tomorrow. I usually know my way around this ship, but today I've just lost my orientation.
Second door on the right.
It's actually the third, actually.
Okay, maybe I'm lost as well then.
No, it's not that, you see. As you know, me multitasking is not something I can do while flying. It's either one or the other, you see. And I'm actually doing all three today, which I'm trying to avoid. And also in the hearing is not that good, you know what I mean? I was up this morning doing a script that I really wanted to put into here for today, you see, but you know what I mean? I'll try and get it out. If I can, I'll try and get it out, but I'll have to go into the computer if I don't get it out in this next 10 minutes. It's there in Discord somewhere though.
I have it ready.
Oh, well, if you want to take over, you can do.
Alright, good morning all. Pepper has been reading your thoughts on the game about logistics. Pepper understands your concerns about logistics, but please remember in our organisation we have four roles, logistics, freelancer, combat, science, which covers all different aspects in the game. Combat is a very good game if you're into violence, etc., which some people do not care for, and some people are very good at it. Logistics is about finance and wealth, which some people like to explore their brain in different ways of making credits, etc. And it's good for theory crafting and multiplying different credits in different ways. It is very slow to start off with, but after a while you make huge amounts, which you have seen Pepper do many times. Being a freelancer is as people who prefer to play alone and like to learn things at their own pace with no stress of letting other people down until they are ready to take part with the rest of the group. And then you have science. Science is a very important part of gaming in Star Citizens. This is where you can take everything you have learned and go into group play. And this is where theory crafting comes in. In the game, Pepper has assigned different types of reputation skills, so we will use Pepper as an example. When it comes to our emblems, Pepper is a level 30 plus. What we mean by level 30, that's our reputation points, which we have in our Discord. Pepper formed Unity 2 years ago and has much experience in logistics. In logistics, Pepper is level 3+ because he has learnt most of the aspects when it comes to number crunching. In combat, Pepper is level 1. That is because he is inexperienced in violence and doesn't care for violence. In science, he is level 2. In a Freelancer, Pepper is level 2 because a Freelancer is slow and you learn at your own speed. But there is no stress, but this has a lot of avenues which you can keep to yourself if you wish. But when it comes to survival, Freelancers is the best. But he likes science. But in science, you have to learn a lot and think about the future, which is where theory crafting comes in. As a leader of Unity, Pepper has to encourage everybody in what they like to do. If you discourage they lose interest and leave, I don't mean leave Unity, he means leave Star Citizens. But sometimes Pepper is overworked, as some of us have noticed in the past week or so. Pepper is, even though it's something he doesn't like, it doesn't mean he has to take part, but he can share his knowledge, and most of this he does it through streaming, and he shares his knowledge in Spectrum and YouTube. Streaming brings new players into the game, which is very important. Posting in Spectrum helps developers to make the game better, and in Unity it helps the players to interact and learn. Remember, we're about quality, not quantity. When Pepper starts each patch, he starts off with 5,000 AUEC credits, and in a couple of hours he can make up to 100,000 AUEC. And by the next day he will have 1 million, but that all depends on the role he is doing at the time. And then he uses those credits to finance the tools he needs for his exploration, which comes under science. But sometimes he has to be a freelancer to take all these aspects. This week is a free fly week, and most of his time will be streaming to bring in new players. So to take part within the group will be difficult. In the last 2 weeks, he has been doing nearly 20 hours a day. Some of you have noticed this in his attitude, and you have all been very patient with him, which he is very grateful for. Yoza has been his mentor to keep him going, especially when he has been doubting himself, especially because there are so many different ways. He has been in Star Citizens 2 to 3 years now, and Yoza has been in here 7 years, and he can tell me what it was like in the beginning when there was nothing there. In 3 years from now, you'll be trained. You will have trained other members the same thing. I'll put it like what it was like in Alpha, because all the experience we have learnt, Star Citizen will be the best damn space game that's ever been built in our generation. He just hopes he will be around to see it finished. Star Citizen will be the stepping stone for other games in the future, because they have taken everything from other games like EVE Online, X3 The Threat, and in the past put all those games together to put it into this game called Star Citizens. My name is Little Miss UK, and I am Chief Logistics Officer and Chief Admin for Star Citizens. In Unity, we are a civilian, not a military group. My job, I specialise in logistics, trade routes, utilities, information technology,
Lights on.
and such like. Unity means all for one and one for all. It also means all different nationalities join together. We have regular members who play Star Citizens with me, and they are Commander Pepper. Commander Pepper's role is Chief Science Officer in shield modulation technology, specialises in commanding ships, engineering, exploration, shield technology, strategy and defence, ship weaknesses, exploration and overclocking. Commander Seeker, he is in charge of formation tactical flying, and also takes part in ground reconnaissance and ship's gunner, and he is Chief Tactical Security. Captain Dot is a logistics officer helping in ship supplies, and also takes part in ground reconnaissance, transportation and ship's gunner. He's also our web designer. which we do have a website which Dot has done. If you would like to explore all this, can come into Unity, click on the link in the description below, and come and say hello and come and join us in the verse. We also have Dr. Myson in charge of search and rescue and all land vehicles. He is our doctor in the game and also takes part as ship's gunner. He is our medical officer and also in charge of all medical operations. Commander Yoza specialises in small escort combat ships, exploration, ground reconnaissance, etc., etc. We also have Chief Navigation Officer Matt, and who also does ATC and other bits and bobs in the game. As explained, we have 5 main roles in our org. At the moment, they are logistics, tactical, science, freelancer, and fleet commander. If you want more information about these roles, come and join us in Discord. We learn as we play Star Citizens. If you wish to learn, come and join us on Discord. Our org and Discord is about quality, not quantity. We like to get to know our members. We are like one big happy family, all for one and one for all. We do have women and children in here, and we do live stream and uncut on YouTube, so please watch your P's and Q's. If you need a ship, don't worry about it, we will lend you one to use. Just give us 30 minutes to 1 hour's notice in advance if you wish to use one of our ships.
Well, as you can see, the commissioner just gives a brief description about Unity, how the game's gone on and stuff like that. We'll try and give as much as we can within reason. We'll be trying to stream as much as we can. It's not that you have to sit here and watch it all, because it's not really for that. You're coming on, you're going up, we're repeating what we've done. There's loads, you know what I mean, and whatnot. We were supposed to be on yesterday, but obviously Commissioner was ill, so he wasn't able to do any of that. But as you can see, there's tons of things. Now that she's actually doing a bit of commentating, I'm actually able to actually drive and fly at the same time without making any mistakes.
You hope.
At the moment, I am camping out at RCorp 058, I think it is, and whatnot. Well, and I'm going to not leaving there to spend all my money on credits. I mean, Laramite. If you are able to fill a caterpillar, it takes 1.7 million to fill it, and you make about 270,000 profit in about an hour and a half. It's less than that, but obviously it all depends. You see what I mean?
As I said earlier, it is a free fly week this week. If you haven't got this package, if you look at the description below and you'd like to get into the game, if you use the actual code star BVNNHZB6, you will get 5,000 AUEC credits and 5,000 REC credits free. You don't need to buy an expensive package. Just buy a cheap package like an Aurora or a little Mustang Alpha, and come and join us. You can borrow any of our ships at any time.
Earlier on, as you know, Little Miss was talking about the members in our group. Well, each member has picked roles in the group based on their life situation, how they see the game. Well, we've got Infinite Matt. He is into science, etc. We have developed a role frame for ATC controller, which is not in the game yet, but we do roleplay with theory crafting. ATC is about organizing ships, organizing utility vehicles and parking and things like that. There's also chart plotting, which is not in the game yet, where he acts as a co-pilot, which he does need somebody else in there with him when it comes to chart plotting. It does take two people actually, you know what I mean? Basically, most of you guys have heard about drug runs, right, where obviously you have to have a mission unless you know where it is. Well, chart plotting is the same thing with coordinates. He does all them kind of things there too. There's another thing he also does. There's quite a things there we do which we make up as we go along, and as CIG develops him into the game, then we can do more avenues. There's a heck of a lot more, but CIG are developers and they watch our streams, not mine in particular, but our streams, to help come up with new ideas. So basically we are developers in our own right. At the moment, as you can see, we are streamers, and what we do, we are advertising for players not just to come into Unity, but to give them the idea, hey, yeah, this is okay. I wouldn't mind spending £27 or $27 just to get an idea what the game is like. It's not going to break the bank. You don't actually need a powerful PC, but yes, there's where you can tune it to get the best out of it. But it's best to go into an org that know all these kind of things. I've been playing games since games first came out many years back. I've done programming, I've done all these kind of things, so I know what it's about. You got other veterans in the game, you know what I mean, and things like that. You might be wondering why my game is so smooth. Well, I'm driving at the moment. I'm using foot pedals, as you can see. When I'm steering, I'm supposed to use steering wheels like you do in Grand Theft Auto, and what that does is all these kind of things. Sorry, this is my mouse doing all these so I can look around when I'm driving. And I'm using HOTAS for steering because it's a bit too much at the moment. I'm actually thinking of going to buy mouses, actually. I can't remember Lippy or something like that, because those are actually in game at the moment. Reason why I'm driving around at the moment, because I'm actually camping out here for the next 40 minutes or so, picking up credits. You know what I mean? I can fly all over the place, but you can get injured, you can get crashed, and it takes a little bit longer. This way I can make about 270,000 every less than half an hour, which you guys have played and whatnot. But if you're just coming out into the game and you don't know much and you are logistics, sorry I'm speaking a bit fast, scrap is the best thing to use, okay? Going from Port Olister, so LC, let me have a look. Sorry, wrong keys. If you are trying to make credits in the game, okay, and you're inexperienced and just come out for the first time, the best place to make credits, okay, is actually from Lesky to CRUL1. You pick up at CRLU1 and you pick up scrap and you take it to Lesky, okay? Now depending on what ship you've got, okay, is how much you make. But that's a learning curve at the end of the day. You don't get much interdictions, you don't get attacked or whatnot, but that's the easiest starting off. I will say if you're coming into the verse, that's the best place to start, okay? Because yes, the game's unpredictable, players are unpredictable and whatnot. If you lose your credits, that's one way. But obviously, if you've got no credits There's other things like bounty missions and delivery missions, etc. But I'm not going to be going to all that because we've got other organisations explaining things like that. So I would suggest, sorry about it, I just had a little bit of interruption, family business. So I would suggest as a newcomer, that's the best place to start if you are logistics or freelancer, etc. Multi-role plays comes with a different aspect. When I first came into the game, it wasn't like this. But I've got 2 years of experience and I've watched how the game's developed. I've actually listened to other members who's been here years and they've been telling me some curly stories. You know what I mean? But I know what things like. I used to be a programmer, you know what I mean? People always say they don't like playing the game because they have to keep restarting again. But I like it when it restarts. The reason why is because when you make a mistake and they start again, you go back into the game and you learn from your mistakes and be developing things just like this. Now suppose you come in the game when the game's finished, it's a whole new learning curve and you could lose a lot more, and when it comes to reputation skills well, there's a heck of a lot to learn basically, but this is how I like playing the game at the moment. Most of the players are at work and another players are at the other side of the world. I'm actually retired now, so this is what I do. I like playing things like this. And if you want to know the truth, if you're a person like me that sits on the game all day, right, you make a heck of a lot of savings, which a few of our members in our org like to play the game. Since they've been playing the game, they've actually saved money. Basically what I mean is, well, you can be going out, you're spending money, drink, going to the clubs and all them kind of things. But think about when you're playing Star Citizens, you've got no expenses. And all the games cost you is 25 bucks. And every month you save a heck of a lot of dosh. But yes, you got to spend time with your families and whatnot. That's giving you an idea, the revenues of what the games can do in and out the game. At the moment, I'm buying Laramite. Okay, so I'm actually camped out. There's a bit of draft in here actually, you know. Just give me a second. I think my daughter's just come in and now I'm opening the window. One sec. So I'm going to catch pneumonia. I'll explain some things about the Laramite in just 1 second. Okay? But I've just got to go close the windows. It's very important. Don't want to catch... it's Christmas next month. And I don't really want to catch a draft and spend most of my time in bed.
Don't talk about Christmas, it's too soon.
Oh, one more other thing I'd like to say about the game and persistence and server meshing. You might not think there's nobody in the game at the moment because it's just me, but there is quite a few thousand people playing this game at this moment. But the problem is, because we're not all on one server, we're all on separate different servers basically, you know what I mean, but each server can only hold 50 people at a time. So as you know, there's so many moons, so many different things to do, but there could be about 50 different servers, and when you start adding all them things up together, as you see, it's one big community. But you can't see them and they can't see you. But in the background, as you see, I'm buying commodities here, but they're on the same server. No, they're on a different server. But when we buy things like this, they're buying on the what you call it. So all these commodities go down. But when server meshing comes in the next few months, you'll see more people and it's a bit more busier and there's more interaction. But this way it's easier because, as you know, when everybody's on the same server and they're all bored, there's griefing and there's all this and there's all that, etc., causing stress and whatnot. I actually prefer it this way, but this is not the way the game's going to be. We will all be on one server eventually, you know what I mean? But I'm learning the aspects of the game, and this is how far I've come. It took me about a year to come up here to Lawville, these sectors. My PC is usually very unstable because, as you know, CIG is developing the game. We are in alpha at the moment, so we are developing the game. I'll use the word we, not CIG, because everybody in the game is developers or creators in their own way to help the game get what they call it. Now you might be wondering why I'm not attacked. I am actually in a safe zone. Okay, so and that is because, as you can see, that star there means you can't pull a weapon or whatever, so you can't be hurt unless they're outside the sector but shooting the ship. I prefer at this stage not to be in the ship. If I was at selling okay, you know, they'd be pulling weapons. I wouldn't be in the ship. I wouldn't be in here. Because you see, I'm unarmed, you see, I've not got combat experience, so I'm into strategy and defense. You're gonna laugh at this. I wouldn't be in the vehicle. I would be underneath there hiding. But you see, the reason why I've got not this vehicle, I will take another vehicle out shortly. You see, using a vehicle like this, it gives me an idea of the radar who's approaching, so I can actually prepare myself if I choose to run, hide, buy commodities or whatever. There's such a lot of things. I would like to talk about the merchantman of its prospects in the game, which will be coming out most probably next year, I hope. And tell you what, I'm going to talk about the merchantman now, okay? To help you create ideas. As you know, I'm a content creator, okay? And I'm also into science, okay, freelance, think about the future of the game. Well, as you already well know, the merchantman is supposed to be a trade ship, it's supposed to be a Banu ship. Yes, it's got its own routine, but this is how I would use the Banu defender. Merchantman. The merchantman has about 4,000 cargo credit storage and it's just got a shop for sale. If I had the merchantman now, I would park it out here, okay, and I would buy all the commodities in there. Now you'll say, why do that? I would never leave this planet, because as you can see, when you're buying commodities in the game, look how long it takes to buy credits. But we'll just look at laramite, okay, the most expensive stuff in here of the least profits, okay. I will buy this. Sorry about that, it's just a light in my eyes and whatnot, which CIG will sort out these lights, but you can't because that's part of the game. I would buy the laramite and I will store it all on the merchantman. Now, you get other ships at the end of the day, they come in, there's nothing there, okay? Or they don't really want to wait. Like as you can see there, I've been here 20 minutes storing up commodities. I will store all my laramite on the merchantman, and then somebody like you would come and you would see there's nothing in there, and you'd buy the laramite from me on my ship. Now you can say, well, what's the purpose of that is? Well, like I said, I'm into logistics. I explore different ways of making credits, all sorts, number crunching. But as you can see, like I said, you could be a half an hour trying to buy all the laramite you can. If you're not careful, you could be here 3 hours. But I've stored it all on my ship. Okay, so when you come, I can arrange a decent price with you. And I say, yes, I'll sell you so much on the dollar, and you can take the whole lot and you can go away and sell it. You took 10 minutes. Okay, you've made a profit, I've made a profit. Okay, and we all are happy and whatnot. But then you got the pirates. They've seen all these ideas now. Okay, and they want to cash in. So they're going to come and they want to take territory. Okay, now as the game is developed, hey, I've got the Kraken. Okay, I'm not going to store everything on my merchantman, because the merchantman is strong, but it's not got aerial support. And I'll be doing, you know, when you're flat here, you're a sitting duck, just like my caterpillar. Okay, and as you can see, my Rover is my lookout, but obviously this has not got radar, so that would be aerial support, especially for them kind of things. But sorry, I've just got indigestion, been drinking, you see. I'm trying to tell a story and play the game at the same time. Now obviously the the merchantman and the Kraken doesn't have long range radar, so there's not an early warning. But I've got a Polaris. Polaris has got one of the biggest radars, so we can all protect ourselves at the early warning. Everybody's scuttled for shelter. They're going into the carrot battle stations, gone on, and they're ready for attack. You've got a couple of blisters around for whatnot, but remember, we're not here to grief or whatnot. If you want, you know what I mean, and we then open attack, well, at the end of the day, we will not deny anybody access to all these, because that's not where we are. We are civilians, but we are here to protect ourselves at the end of the day. If I'm here and you want to come, the door's right there. Buy your commodities and you can go. But if you can't wait and you want to get commodities because you want to get off, just pretend at the moment that is a merchantman. Okay, you go to the merchantman, you buy your commodities. Obviously it's a safety zone here, so I won't be attacked. That is why I'm free, but you could be selling, etc. But there'll be security out there, and that's how we would do it. We've got every ship in the verse. We are actually role players. The ship's not in the game, so we actually do theory crafting, combat, all sorts, planning the future of the game and how we see it. Most people say, well, Star Citizens isn't going to do it that way. Well, at the end of the day, you play the game how you want to play it, because that's the only way you're going to stay in the game. If people are dictating it to you, the game becomes boring, frustrating and whatnot. You know what I mean? There's so many different avenues on different ways of playing the games. I've got nearly all the ships in the verse to do all different things. I am logistics and science, okay? And there's a lot of things, from the 890 jump right down. I will be taking the 890 jump, but I won't be doing any theory crafting on that today, because obviously, as you can see, we've been here nearly 20 minutes and I'm camped out making credits. There seems to be a lot of people in the verse today, and how do I know that? Because by rights my ship should have been full by now, but it's not. But there are other servers at the end of the day, but the servers are actually linked into CIG's main server, and that is how I know what is going on. I can't see them, but I know, because I should have been full. I've done 3 cargo runs today, you know what I mean, in a short space of time. But I started at 12 o'clock and now it's 1 o'clock and I've not filled the ship. It's not usually like that. I know it's busy today. I can tell you straight point blank it's busy. Because I've been playing the game 2.5 years, if not longer. Okay, so I know when it's busy, what's going to happen, when you go. Talking about griefing. Like I said at the end of the day, sorry I'm cutting a long story short. I have trouble multitasking and playing the game. I say, so basically, that is how I would do it if I had the merchantman and a crew of people with all make credits. On this run, I will make roughly about 125,000 credits, and I've been playing about an hour because I started at 12 o'clock and my ship isn't even a quarter full. That's because it's been, yes, I can buy all these commodities and I can go back to Hurston and come back, but Little Miss can't do any commentary at Hurston because with all the trains and all the background noises you can't be heard, and obviously I can't do things because I got to go sell the credits, etc. and whatnot. But if I wanted to, and I wanted to get off now because I've got to get off, what would I buy? I'd buy diamonds. Diamonds would fill my ship actually, I'm almost sure of it. Yeah, 270. CIG's actually been reprogramming things, and if you look to the right, they've made a mistake. They've actually put the decimal point in the wrong place. You know what I mean? But I've been playing the game so long, so I know all these little daft things they do, you see, you know what I mean? I'd buy all these and I'd get off because of whatever, you know what I mean? But I came here strictly to buy Laramite because obviously our crew needs credits, they need this, they need that, and I'm the only one experiencing the logistics at the moment, so I've had to come away from science, which I like to do, you see. I'll keep talking till the miss comes back, you see, you know what I mean, because I can just drive around.
I haven't gone anywhere.
Oh, sorry. I thought you was... Well, if you want to take over, you can do. Explain your views in the game. I was just talking about logistics and how they can make money with certain ships that are not in the game yet and theory crafting.
Well, I like the merchantman because it has a shop on there, so which means you can actually park up. I say park up. You can actually stay stationary inside an atmosphere and actually sell your goods inside the atmosphere and not get shot down. So that's one reason why I like the merchantman, because you can sell all sorts of different goods. Let's look.
Well, while Little Miss is looking for some more content to read to you, I'm going to do a little bit about the Rover. Well, this is the Rover, as you've seen so many times in different games, blah blah blah. The Rover is, I'm not too sure what this role of this is, but see, I'm into exploration and whatnot, not combat. And every time I see this kind of ship, I always see them using it for combat. But I do believe CIG is actually making different variations of the Rover. Now, I've noticed one thing in this in Star Citizens, they haven't got any land vehicles with beds in there. Now, the reason why I say beds in there, I've been actually doing a few rolls since they came out with land mining. Now, you have to drive a long way in these long vehicles, and sometimes you need to have a bed to log in and log out. So sooner or later there will be a vehicle that's got a bed in there, so you can spawn in and spawn out. That gives low sinks. Yes, you got the ballista, and yes, there will be Rover land vehicles that can take more cargo. But at the moment, if it was me and I had no time to come out with a new vehicle, I'd put another bench in the between there, like a fold-up bed in a camper van, lie down on it and log out, and we could play in the game for verse, I mean whatnot, etc. So a small vehicle like this can do lots of roles. In cars and whatnot, as you already well know, all the instruments are at the front, you know what I mean? So you can drive, you've got lockers, you've got this, you don't really need a toilet in there, you can just go outside depending on where you are, you know what I mean? There's so many versatilities, but at the moment, we do need vehicles with beds and stuff like that. We know CIG's working on them, okay, but they like to keep things on the hush hush. I don't like that way, but there's so many critics in the game at the moment. Well, I don't like this and I don't like that, and CIG is trying to help everybody. When they move things around, they mess the whole lot up. So they don't say much now. They keep it under the bonnet. You know what I mean? Which is a bit unfair, but like I said, I understand where they're coming from as developers, because the first come up with these kind of things and whatever. Well, you know what I mean? Like for instance, let's all talk about cargo credits. In 3.0, they changed the size of the cargo credits. Okay, we're going to use the 890 jump for example. It was stated it was supposed to be 1500 cargo units. That was of the old metrics. Okay, but rewriting the game and stuff like that, as you know, things didn't fit and there was to resize things. But they came out with some new metrics, but by rights what they should have said is that everything is being divided by half. So when you to work it out, the 890 jump that was supposed to have 1600 cargo units, actually in its true form of state today would actually be 800, but because when they were working things out, certain things didn't fit, so they had to move things around. Okay, but where they put the cargo stuff, there wasn't enough space, and that's the reason why we've got 500 now. But hey, check this out. Did you know if you got ships or utility vehicles that's got cargo, you can multiply the standard cargo units in the 890 jump, so it's not 15 no more. At the moment, I speculate it at say 700 of the original form, because obviously, like I said, if you've got spaceships and you can put spaceships in there that can do cargo runs in the hangar deck, right, those cargo units is added to the 890 jump. And at the moment, with the Freelancer and the Freelancer Max, I've speculated it roughly about 700. And then you've now got the cargo bay. Okay, you can also add cargo in there too, because you've got vehicles you can add in there. These vehicles are not out yet. Grab lifts are not out yet, but because we do fairy crafting, we speculate on the future. Nobody can stop you thinking how you want the game to be. You can make it the way you want to for your enjoyability. So don't let anybody come in there and tell you how to play your own game. This is, I've noticed in Star Citizens a lot, and when people don't like it, they get upset, but you don't have to play with them, and that's the reason why in our group we've got freelancers. Okay, so you can do what you want, because at the end of the day, I've been in here a heck of a long time now, and I've seen how people operate, and it's not very pleasant sometimes, you know what I mean? But you want to come in there and you want to play the game. Some people come home from work and they just want to have a cup of coffee. I want to get into Star Citizens, and I'm going to use some bad language. You've got some prats in there, you know what I mean, that will put you out of the game and destroy what you got and think it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm not into violence, okay? I'm not. But I've had to put security in the game to make it so it's pleasable for everybody. But we've got 4 different roles in our games, not 3 but 4. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to practice my driving skills. When I first came to the Rover, I couldn't drive this, but now they're making it better, and I can see the development of it. And soon it'll be just like Grand Theft Auto, all them driving games, but we're in its basic forms. I can now do power slides. The whole object when you're doing driving like this is not to hit objects and the wheels fall off. I'm practicing. I am buying laramite and I am focused on that. Okay, those we call power slide. I could do things like that. That's to do with steering and brake. I learned all these skills at Lesky, and now because I've moved from Lesky, well, you know what Lesky's like for driving vehicles. Well, I don't need to explain, you know. I can now drive around here with perfection. Look at the steering wheel I'm driving. See, third person's view, whichever. Yes, I will hit something, so don't look for an excuse, 'cause I'm not perfect, but each time I go out into one of these utility vehicles I get better. Yes, I am level 2 utilities experts when it comes to land vehicles. Basically I'm driving, I'm not really hitting anything, you know what I mean? I've got full control. So basically, if I'm 10-15 kilometers away from my ship, I can guarantee I will get back there. Because when you start going to these places, you want to hide your ship, you know what I mean? Because you don't want people on your ship when you get back because it's locked and whatnot. This Rover is a very strong, robust vehicle, but the ballista, you might think it's big, but it's not, it's just long. I actually want one of those in my fleet, but it's not one I need, it's actually quite a few because of the type of role play. You know what I mean? And each one I have, I've got to have players in there to drive those, because it's actually 2 players operating 4 roles in that ship. Soon I hope to be level 3, but you need more vehicles to do that kind of thing, because it's not just driving with skills, it's a heck of a lot. I was going to talk about each members in our roles and professions they've got and why. But for a beginner, I would recommend a Nox. For me, the cyclone's a bit twitchy. I would say that would be a higher level because there's certain things involved in that, like gun operations, missiles, all sorts. I know you can't keep up with me, I'm actually in 4K today, so the visibility is not as sharp as you'd like it. But every time I come here, I always take up a vehicle just to polish upon my skills. And I am practicing first person's view. I need to go fill up now. So if you wish to join, if you wish to join our org, the Discord is Unity. The link is below. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get information, it's there. We do very long, boring videos, but there's always things in there that can help you further along in the game. We don't actually delete our stuff. You know what I mean? It's there. You just scan through it and whatnot. It helps you in future things. I've been camped out here for about an hour now. It says I'm not usually out here this long, but I can tell you the server's very busy. You might not think so, but because it's what I do. I observe different avenues on why things are. You know what I mean? No, don't want to shut that. Yeah, back to you, little miss.
Thank you. I'd like to tell you a little joke. If you're a bit prudish, please be careful. Paddy is on a nudist beach in Spain. Out of manners and to prevent sunburn, he keeps a hat over his private. A woman walks past sniggering and says, "If you were a gentleman, you'd lift your hat." Paddy replies, "If you weren't so ugly, it would lift itself."
Typical of a woman. Oh god, I'm trying my best not to laugh here, yeah, I mean, but she tickles me sometimes.
Okay, so my neighbours officially hate me. Why? Well, me and some friends were having a bonfire in the back garden, and we were making s'mores and all, and suddenly we hear sirens and see a fire truck turn into the street in front of us. So we all went running to see what was up, and our neighbour's house was on fire. And when we got there, the wife was crying into her husband's arm, and we were just kind of standing there, and then she saw us, and then for like 10 seconds gave us the dirtiest look ever. Turns out we were still holding our sticks with marshmallows on it, watching the fire. Talk about bad timing.
Now you see all these things little miss is actually doing. She's actually creating comedy for the 890 jump, because the 890 jump and big multiplayer ships, those are things she does, you see, as administrative things like that. Yeah, I mean, that's what she does. Yeah, I mean, she creates contents like that, jokes, humorous things for ships with multi-crew. But she's telling some of it on here now. Yeah, I mean, it's not the right ship we've got, but she's giving an idea. Things we can do. At the moment she's not in game because she's down south, but as you can see, she's actually acting as she was actually in the game in the background. I've actually got her PC at the moment, you see. She's on a vacation with her family, you see, for a couple of weeks. She's back with us next week or sometime whenever, you see.
I would like to tell you the main reason why I got into Star Citizens. The main reason I got into Star Citizens is because of the multi-role play that I liked. I had been told there was no role play in the game, and I said, "No, there isn't, but you have to make your own role play in this game. It's not going to be given to you on a plate." But then nothing in life is given to you on a plate. You have to earn it. You have to work at it, and I love the fact that you can do so much as a multi-role team. Basically, as a multi-role, you can do missions, you can do driving, races, you can do all sorts in this game. Once upon a time, there was a female called Little Miss UK, and she decided to play Star Citizens. 1 second. Oh, we start place. Sorry about that. I've lost my place now. 1 second. So she bought a starter package, the Aurora MR, and started to play in the verse. But the ship was too small to do anything decent in the game, and she liked the game so much, so she bought a Warbond ship with LTI, which was an X1 Force, which in the end I bought a Cutlass Red with, because then it had a LTI with it. But as the Cutlass Red wasn't out in the game, I upgraded that to the Taurus. But I'm a bit disappointed in that actually, because they're taking the Taurus off the roadmap completely at the moment. So at the moment I've got the Andromeda, which is enough to do cargo. The Cutlass Red isn't out in the game, so I've got the Andromeda. Little Miss UK decided to stick with this ship for now and starts to build her credits up to go into other people's ships, to like the Caterpillar, Starfarer and other ships. But it gives a different type of gameplay and more people can actually get on board those ships. What Little Miss likes to do, play with other Star Citizens players in multi-role play, combat missions and other multi-role stuff. She likes doing cargo runs, but would like it more when you can go get cargo in other people's ships. So basically when they bring that out into the game, you can put cargo on other people's ships and earn a lot more, because some of the bigger ships you can get more cargo on it, and then you can start helping other players in the org. But the best bit I like is the female characters, but they haven't got much female clothing out at the moment, so that is one thing I wouldn't mind them actually doing, getting more female clothing out and stuff like that, and preferably more hairstyles rather than like the bob and the bun and stuff. I like long hair, not just like the short hairstyles that they've got in the games. But I love the game in itself, and I intend to keep playing this. But that's the main reason why I got into it, is the multi-role part of it, because you can do so much to get in the game and play with so many different players. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, so when Pepper is streaming again, you can actually be informed with notifications that he's streaming, and you can actually watch it. So please like and subscribe, and if you wish to join the Discord, please click on the link below and come and say hello and join us in the verse.
Okay, as you heard, Little Miss has been putting her comments and her views. Now, how much is this game worth? Cost you £25 to get in. How much have I invested in this game? I've invested over £30,000. Yes, I'm retired now, retired at a young age because I worked hard. People might think, hey, you're mad. No, I'm not. It's because this is what I like doing. As you can see, it's come night and I'm still camped out. Now, my PC is very highly spec'd. I built this PC about 2 years ago, and the PC cost me roughly about between 5 and 7 grand. Okay, and if you divide that out into the 10 years from now, the PC will last that time. Okay, and over the years it's about, say, £500 the game's cost. You see how it comes down each year. My PC will not need to be updated or respec'd. I have bought other things in the game to aid me. This is my choice, okay, because that's how I enjoy the game. Okay, basically I bought what do you call them, laser printers, I think you call them. No, not laser printers. What you call them things, not laser printers. Oh my word, I'll just go get the name.
What is it you're looking for?
I bought myself an Ultimaker 3D extender. I can't remember the name of it. See, I've got so much in my name, but I'll remember it in a moment.
The 3D.
Yeah, that's it. 3D.
3D
printer.
one.
That's to make my own personal hardware stuff. You see, for them kind of things. But because I'm playing a game, I've not been able to make much. That cost me about nearly 5 grand 2 years ago. Joysticks, all them kind of things. All sorts. And in ships I spent nearly 12 grand. Now at the end of the day you might turn around and say, well, how can you afford all this? Actually, I've made all this in the game when I've been saving, basically because I don't go out, because I like to play the game. So I'm not going out spending things on where you can't play when you. It's like when you're driving, you can't drink and drive. It's against the law. Or when you're playing this game and you've got so much credits in your ship, you know what I mean? You don't want to crash or whatever. You know what I mean? So it cuts all them things out. All them kind of things. I'm not saying you must come in there and do what I do. You know what I mean? This is my pleasure and my enjoyment. And because of that, each month I save quite a lot of money. Okay? Because I don't do them things. And I can build up my experience in the game. There's a heck of a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? This game at the moment, like I said, it's cost me about £30,000. But I don't need to spend no more money on my game, etc. Because this will last me for at least another 10 years. If I do have to upgrade, it will be for a long time. My PC is very highly spec'd. Okay? I'm going to have to cut this short because I'm almost finished. Now, a lot of you people, okay, we're not talking about experienced people now because they've tuned their PC to don't crash. But you guys might be experiencing crashes and whatnot. That is because your PC specs, I mean, you set up your PCs too high. Basically, you've overclocked your PC. I'll give you some quick examples. I hope I don't crash on these kind of things. You've overclocked your PC. I got 20 cores, okay? Now, mine's a bit overclocked because I was experimenting today, so I've turned it up a tiny bit. My PC can actually go to 4.7. But I usually have it running at roughly about 2.6, which most of your PCs are at the moment is 2.6 and can play the game. But how do I stop my crashings? Star Citizens can run on 4 cores, 6 cores. So what I do, I put the game on 6 cores. Okay, but it's a bit more than that. And everything else I run in the background. This is Star Citizens. I'll just go through them quickly. That, and that. All those are running Star Citizens. You see all these things here? These are running things like Discord and all them other programs so they don't interfere with the game. But the problem is, you might be looking at that and say that's okay. But no, it's not just that. The CPU is low. But when these start going right up there, it's too much things going through each core. And that's what causes problems for your PC to shut down. And that is how I cut down the cores. How do I cut down the cores? I will go into here. I'm going to use Star Citizens for example. You will notice, I won't go into details on how it's done when you come into our Discord. I will explain it in more details. Okay, I'll go into here. And all the highest cores which is just shown there just now, I turn them off. So core 2 in the game is very high. So I shut it off. Okay, and any other high cores, as you can see, are off, and all the other cores run Star Citizens. Now, so when I've done that, as you can see, these cores are turned off. Now, things like OBS and all them other games running in the background, those cores are active. I've actually turned them off by reversing it. I'm going to pick another one quickly. OBS. Okay, same thing. Okay, what I've done, I've turned off all the cores that Star Citizens is using, and the cores that I've turned off in it, and put the game on the cores that are not active. That stops overheating, make the PC runs more efficiently. There is also another thing. Okay, I'm not telling you must do what I say, but if you've got problems, these are the things you need to do. Turn down your graphics. I bought the game to play 4K. Okay, but sometimes because CIG is still in development, you can't do that. I'm actually in 2K now. I'm actually impressed with the FPS and whatnot. That is one thing. Another thing which is very important, you guys like to play the game in 120 Hertz or 240 Hertz, 60 Hertz. That takes up a lot of graphics power. I've got my PC running on 23 Hertz. Okay, 23 Hertz. Now that's down to all this, and I also run in SLI, but today I thought I'd just keep it simple, and as you can see, it's not using much. If I was running SLI, that wouldn't be 32, that would be 15. And I could put more stuff for improved quality graphics, all them kind of things. But today I've set my PC up as simple as I can so I can help our members so they can play the game so it doesn't crash. There's lots of other things actually, but I'm just giving you the main things that help you. This I know works. My PC, a very high spec PC, can overheat whatnot. The commiss is using a little laptop, okay, and she's running on 2.4 gigahertz and a small graphics card, and she's almost got the same quality, and she can run things like Discord, OBS and the game on 2.7 gigahertz. When she switches her PC on, okay, she is running at 2.6 gigahertz and even lower and can still play the game. There's also another thing. A lot of you guys are using Octane memory. I'm not using Octane memory. I'm using RAID 0. So, and I believe that RAID is faster than Octane. But what I've done, I've got 3 SSD cards, okay, in RAID. Now when you add them all together, okay, the PC loading time is very fast. If you look, I have got no, well, I'm not running in RAM at the moment. I'm running in RAID. There's no disk access, as you can see, nothing at all. Very, very low. So the read time and access time is very quick, close to RAM. But if I was to run it in RAM, the efficiency and the speed is even higher than that. And I'm running, and you can run Star Citizens in RAM. I've got 126 gigs of RAM, and Star Citizens is only about 60. You've got ample space to do lots of things. My PC can run up to 256, and as technology goes by, I can put more RAM in there, but at the moment, this is sufficient for me. Don't need to do nothing to my PC. As you can see, it's actually 3 terabytes I've got in my PC of 1 terabyte each. This is RAID 5, so if my PC ever breaks down, I just take the stuff off there because it repairs itself and put it back in there. I don't need to rebuild nothing or whatnot. But these are little things we can do. But my PCs have very high specs, and that's why I built it for this. I can run 2 or 3 Star Citizens on this and do things. I actually chose a server chip, not a gaming chip. A server chip has to run on a low frequency, but because you've got more cores, okay, you can run more things. I'm not going to go into details because most of you guys are gamers, okay? Apart from people who run businesses, they want to do things. You've got the Ryzen chips with 64 cores. I might go into that, but I don't know just yet because I'm an Intel fan. That's give you an idea. But as you can see, I'm actually streaming in 1080p at the moment, okay? And look at the graphics and the FPS. You cannot see a problem in that. The Mrs. computer is the same, and she's got a very low spec. So yes, you can run your PC on a £500 laptop if you know how to tune it. If you want any help on things like that, go into our Discord channel and we give you all the basics you need to experience in Star Citizens. As you can see, I've been doing logistics. I've chosen not to fly today because obviously we're doing commentating and Little Miss has to have a break. So when she has a break, I take over and we do little things like that. We've got loads of ships. When I go back to Hurston, I will show you all the ships. Yes, we're supposed to be doing free fly going through all the ships, but everybody's doing that at the moment. So we thought we'd do things a little bit differently. We are a small org. We're not about quantity. We have thousands of people. We're about quality because we want to learn about each other and how we play as we go along. You know what I mean? So we take on so many members every so often. So if we take on 10, we might only keep on 2 out of the 10. And then when we've got used to them, then we start enrolling again. We don't really want players that just want to come in there, sit down there and do nothing. We want to interact, share ideas and whatnot. I'm almost done now. But like I said today, the server's been very busy. I could have bought the credits and I could have gone back home hours ago, but we're talking about the aspects of the game, how you can play it, how you can enjoy it, and as you can see, my game hasn't crashed. It will crash, okay, but I've turned it up today to see what the tolerance level is, and if it's okay, I might turn my graphics up and get me through 4K, SLI and all them kind of things. People say SLI doesn't work, but as far as I'm concerned, it works for me. Back to you, little miss.
Thank you. My job as logistics is all the financial side of things. Logistics is generally the detailed organisation and implementation of complex operations. In a general business sense, logistics is the management of flow of things between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet requirements of customers or corporations. The resources managed in logistics may include tangible goods such as materials, equipment and supplies, as well as food and other consumable items. The logistics of physical items usually involves the integration of information flow, materials, handling, production, packaging, inventory, transportation, and other, often security. Basically, it's to do with cargo, making sure everybody has what they need to do their jobs. So I do, as a logistics, I have the financial side. So if they want guns or ships, I'm the one that hands out the finances and stuff like that. Management is a part of supply chain management that plans, implement and controls the efficient, effective forward and reverse flow of storage of goods, services and related information between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet customers' requirements. What that means is basically if they want a gun, I have to give them the money so they can go and buy the right equipment for the job in hand.
Okay, I will add to the logistics. Logistics is not quite in the game, but we've created things in our org. Now, as you already well know, every server patch, CIG does usually start again. Okay, now I always made it a rule, right? I would not buy AUC in credits. Okay, I start with 5,000 credits. Now, when you start with 5,000 credits, as you know, it's not easy to build up credits. Right, there's loads of ways, but let's look at logistics for instance. Alright, now little Mrs. Logistics. Okay, now if I wanted credits, I can go and borrow credits off her. Yes, I've got to pay her back with interest, just like in a bank. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's actually 300% in your terms. Okay, basically, if I borrow 1,000, I have to pay her back 3,000. Now you think, well, that's daylight robbery. No, it's not. Because how long would it take you to make 3,000 or 3 million? Now, for instance, it's hard to explain this. I'm trying to base it on a ship. We're going to use a caterpillar, for instance. To fill the caterpillar of scrap, it takes 70,000. I've only got 5,000. Okay, it could take me the whole day or a couple of days to fill that ship with credits. But I'll go to Little Miss and I say to Little Miss, can I borrow 1,000 credits, please? Sorry, 100,000 credits. She says yes, and she'll say, I must pay it back within 3 days. You'll say that's not happening, that can't work. But it can, because if she gives you them 3,000 credits, you're going to fill your ship. Caterpillar. Now the truck stop we mentioned earlier, CRLU1, to Port Hollister, every trip you make 30,000. You can do 2 to 3 trips in an hour. Okay, now when you work that out, that is 100,000 credits in just over an hour. We're not talking combat, we are talking logistics. I can hear. My hearing's come back. Wow, well, almost. Now, that takes me an hour. So she says within 3 days, she wants 3,000 credits. I've made that 3,000 credits back in an hour. But I'm not going to give it back straight away because I need other things for my ship, like plants, guns and stuff like that. So I say, well, I might give it back in about a couple of days, and then when I go back again, if I blow my ship up and whatnot, you know what I mean? As you know, we get all them guns back. I don't need to buy them credits back, and I've got no credits. I can go back and say, little miss, can I borrow another 100,000 credits? She gives me another 100,000 credits. I make the 100,000 credits in an hour, fill my ship up, and I can carry on doing things. So she's making credits, I'm still in the game, and we're all happy. CIG does it in a different way. You have to work at it. You know what I mean? Which takes 3 times longer. Now, I've got nearly 30 ships in it. Well, I've got more than 30 ships. You know what I mean? And they can be expensive. Now, I've got the, look at the hammerhead. The hammerhead can take 3 million at the end of the day to equip that ship. It's about 2 to 3 million to make it what they call. I can't make that in an hour. I can't. It's impossible. But if I was to borrow 3 million, I know I have to pay back little miss 9 million within 3 days. Well, that's not a problem because you've got a crew on your ship. And when you've got a crew on your ship, okay, the credits come back. She's made her money. We're all happy and we're making credits. It's hard to explain, but that's one role play of logistics. She's making money. I'm getting my ships equipped at the end of the day, and logistics goes on. You've also got combat. That's a different role. That will be explained in a different day. So my ships will always be equipped and whatnot, but at the moment, as I says, we've been going about 2 days, and I spent 1 day making credits of the basics and whatnot, and this is how we do what they call it. These are role plays we have created in logistics. We haven't really advertised that role play because obviously it's a bit too long, but we rehearse it and whatnot. Some people don't like it. Some people are not very good at number crunching and whatnot, and they think they have to pay back. No, you do not. No, you will not be abused because remember, it's only a game and it's pixels. So there's no point saying, well, I lent you 1 million credits, blah, 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 you this and you that. No, because you'll go back next time and the commiss won't lend you the credits. Simple. You know what I mean? And we're all happy. But then you come back a third time, you'll ask, well, why? Sorry, we'll go back a sentence. Why are you not lending me credits? As well, you know, just like in real life, your bad debit at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, you've not paid back the credits. But let's just suppose you can't pay back the credits and whatnot, because obviously you've lost your credits, you've crashed and whatnot. How are you going to pay little miss back her 100,000 credits? Well, she's got a lot of shits because what you've been paying her, she's not just sat down there and kept the credits. She's actually went out in there and bought ships. So when she's bought ships, she needs people to fly them. Now she's got a convoy. She can have 6-7 people there now flying them ships. You can't afford to pay her back. It's your choice. You go to commiss, I can't pay you back. Well, I said, well, I've got a caterpillar out here. I would like you to fly this caterpillar from X to Y, and you can work it off that way, or she can pay you X amount of credits. For instance, on this run, I could make 270,000 credits. Okay, she's done nothing. She won't keep all them credits. She will give you a percentage and she will keep the rest. She might give you, say, 70,000 credits and she'll keep 200,000 depending on what the task is. Or she might turn around and say she wants you to do X amount of runs, blah, blah, blah. You're happy and she's happy and you come back the next day. Just like in the real world, this is logistics. Logistics take on a lot of shape and form, but if you are not good in numbers, you can't be logistics. But there are other roles in there you can take part, but there's something there for everyone in Star Citizens. But it's no point abusing other people thinking you know it all, because everybody's good at something. You can't do it all. There's loads of roles. You've got a chap in our all called Myson. We call him Dr. Myson. He's creating roles in medics, search and rescue. We've got Seeker. He's into combat. We've got he's into combat escort and reconnaissance and fleet formation. We've got Matt, who's into chart plotting, navigation and co-pilot, all them kind of things. And we've got science, archaeology for the character that comes up. We've got tons of role plays for when these ships come out. The game is exciting. It is really exciting. But if you don't know what you're doing, join an org that suits your profession. We are not military, we are civilians. So we can do what we want, because civilians, you can come and go as you like because you got private life. But military, you have to be there because you're a team, and it is, well, to me it's stressful, but we've got it in our group, and other players like them have things like that. We've got commanders with over 10 ships. They can be fleet commanders. At the moment I'm a bridge commander because I'm actually changed my role play because of the 890 jump, because it's got a battle bridge. Oh, did someone say it's supposed to be a luxury ship? If it's a luxury ship, why has it got a battle bridge? Because it can be transformed at any time into a battleship. Did you know that the 890 jump can hold 9 Auroras on there? I'm not going to go into details, but if you go back on some of my past videos and you search them out, or you go into Spectrum, you'll see all them videos in there to give you guys an idea what you can do in the game. But at the end of the day, you don't need to spend thousands of pounds like I've done. £27, $27 is all you need. Okay, and you can fly these ships and learn and enjoy what you learn. You can spend half an hour, you can spend hours like me. There's enjoyment in there. If people stresses you, do something else. You don't have to take part. But when you are ready, then you come in and you can enjoy. If you want to take a break, you take a break. Our organization, we listen to what people do and we create things that suits their needs. You know what I mean? All sorts. We've got a guy at the moment, he's on a 6 months break, but he's in here all the time because he can't stay away from Unity, because he needs input. He gets bored, but he comes back in. Everybody's got an interest in the game, but new players at the end of the day, they just want to get in the game, they want to fly. They don't know where to start. It's all leaders like us, Little Miss, help you guys at the end of the day and whatnot. And we are now expanding our org now for other people to take over things so we can have a rest. I've almost finished here now, my work's almost done, and I will be taking the ship back home when I've bought my last set of credits. And that's it. I would actually take the Rover with me, but the Caterpillar is not actually built for that. As you can see, I spent all my credits. That took an hour and a half, but you didn't see me flying here. You didn't see me flying there. I camped out at Arcorp, where I can't be attacked. Okay, if you want more challenges, you go to more different places and you learn from the experience. No stress. But this is logistics. I could tell you different things about different games, but we've got a week to do all that. Usually, we've not got a free fly week. We stream 3 times a week, 12 o'clock noon, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays UK time. But because we've got other people from different parts of the world, I'm going to have to start playing with them. But my window with them, because of their timetable, is usually about 7 o'clock till midnight my time, so I can spend 4 hours with them until they can interact with the players when they come on. So there's something there for everybody, but at the moment they're a bit upset with me because I'm not taking part with them. It's because obviously I've been doing a heck of a lot of things and I've got pretty tired. But this game is something I like playing and whatnot. I don't even watch TV. Oh, what am I doing in here? I don't even watch TV. I've not watched TV for a year. If I want to watch TV, I just go into YouTube. I do theory crafting. I do everything. There's not enough hours in the day to play games, but I don't say you must do that. This is what I want to do in my spare times, and I enjoy every minute of it. Oh, what's up? Ah, yes. I'm going back to my Rover now, and I'm going to... Every time I go, I get scared because I think I've lost my caterpillar. But this is experience of playing, and every time I play, I get better. You can't learn it in a day. You have to learn it at your speed. People learn at different paces, okay? People take things at different aspects. If you want to join our group, Discord has got the code in there. If you want to like and subscribe, click on the link below to subscribe. If you want to gain 5,000 credits extra, use my referral code, and that will give you a head start. Everything's there for everybody. Okay. I have made 120,000 credits in about just under 2 hours. But as he says, we've been commentating. I could have made less, but we choose to commentate at AORUS today to tell you about the game, not to be flying shit, because everybody's doing that and they can explain it better than we can. We've only got a few hours doing these kind of things, you know what I mean? But so, as I said, we're going back to AORUS now. You'll notice the noise in the background will be so much. We couldn't do this at at Hurston because of the noises, which you'll know in a bit. So when we've done this, we was going to take out another ship, but obviously we've been on 2 hours. We can stay on all day if you like, but I do believe the missus got a sore throat. She's not very ill. I mean, she's not very well. She's got to take time out, but she's actually came out of her sick bed to help me to do this because I can't multitask. I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow, same aspect but using a different ship. I could use the 890 jump, which can't take cargo at the moment because it's not quite finished, but we're going to show you different things it can do. Well, but I can't, it depends actually. I might take the credits. No, I can't actually take the credits and buy all them different ships and show you because our guys need these credits. You know what I mean? Because they're struggling at the moment. They've been wanting the credits all week, but I've not been giving them. Sorry, I got hiccups. Because I've been wanting to do the role play, etc. to show you guys how to do these kind of things. You know what I mean? So we'll be getting noise in the next 15 or 20 minutes.
Your flares are online.
Engines on.
Engines online. Launch complete.
Activate autopilot.
Autopilot, Roger.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Activate star map.
Landing gear up.
You see at the moment I'm in, I can't say that word because my things are kind of sensitive. My ship is actually flying while I set myself up for my next course plotting. When it's all in game, I won't be doing all this. We've got co-pilots that will be doing this for me, you see, because I'm actually a bridge commander at the moment, you see. So obviously the bridge commander doesn't really fly the ship unless he just gives out commands and the crew follows. I am campaigning for the Carrack when it comes out in a couple of months, and I'm actually using other ships to have an idea what it's all about, so I can actually go into the game, start playing without doing too much theory crafting until my ship comes out, which I want to use, and that is the Carrack. There's tons of things to be doing in the game, but we've been talking about logistics and how the game's developed and very simple things like that. Deactivate mobiGlas. Point of interest.
Activating.
Deactivate autopilot.
Autopilot, Roger.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Okay. What's been going on here, as you can see? 1 second.
Quantum drive is now off.
Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive is now on.
Okay, before we get back, we've got about 10 minutes, I'm going to make this quick. I have a program called Voice Attack. I'm also a bridge commander. Now, when I'm trying to give commands to my friends or colleagues in the game, it causes a lot of stress. Not because they don't know what they're doing, it's because I'm learning the aspects of the game. It can be confusing. So what I've done, I program my computer to respond to my commands. So it's simple, it's quick and efficient. When I'm experienced and I know things about these kind of things, I put these gameplay and then my crew members act out these commands that I give, just like in Star Trek bridge crew and things like that when it's in game. So you see, in real life I would never get this facility or this opportunity to be these roles. But to do that, it's no point. Everybody comes in game and we all do, because we're going to make mistakes, we get stressed out, we get upset. But because I use voice attack, I'm bridge commander and my crew, AIs, are flying the ship. Yes, it can do a heck of a lot more than that, but we're not going to get into that, okay? Because it gets a bit technical, programming, things like that. There's all sorts, you know what I mean? I've got people at the moment, what I've learned, they've done things, and that is how we've had bridge crew on there doing certain things. And all I do is just stand in the bridge and give out my commands. I don't have to fly the ship, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, because my role play is a bridge commander. The commiss is logistics. As I said before, you got Matt, he's into ATC, chart plotting and navigation. All those things. You got Myson, he's into search and rescue and medics. You got Seeker, he's into land reconnaissance and combat. Yes, out of all of this, we missed out Dot. He's also a very good role player, but I forgot he was there. So I was just making out the key aspect. He's going to kick my ass all over the place, but I'm going to use the commiss as a referee. Back to you, the commiss. We've got about 5 minutes before the noise comes in at Hurston.
Okay. I'm here, don't panic. In our org, we have me, Little Miss, is in charge of all the logistic operations. My job is to make sure the ship and the crew has all the support, supplies, and all it needs for their missions. Then you have Commander Seeker. He's in charge of formation tactical flying. He's Chief Tactical Officer. Also takes part in ground reconnaissance and ship's gunner. We also have Captain Jot. Captain Jot is a logistics officer helping in ship supplies and also takes part in ground transportation and ship's gunner. We have Dr. Myson Parzoe in charge of search and rescue and all land vehicles. He also takes part as a ship's gunner and is a medical officer and also in charge of all medical operations. Then we have Captain Infinite Matt. He is an engineer, IT officer, and he's our ATC and navigation officer and chart plotting, gathering information, and also takes part in ground reconnaissance and ship's gunner. Pepper also has 2 AIs, one called Octavia and one called Zera, I believe. Pepper specialises in commanding ships, engineering and exploration, shield technology, strategy and defence, ships' weaknesses, exploration and overclocking components. You have Fleet Commander Yoza. Yoza specialises in small escort combat ships, exploration, ground reconnaissance and ship security. We are called Unity Organisation. We are mid-level hardcore players in Star Citizens. We are about quality, not quantity. Our aim is to make this game better in experience and to gain more knowledge. We do content creating on YouTube. We aim to give training so you can develop your skills, and we also donate ships.
Activating.
Our organisation is about roleplay and interaction. It's not about you fighting in your ships and I fly in my ship. It's about learning about each other and interacting as one group. If you do not have the time to interact with us in voice, chat or in game, we don't see the point of you being here. We are here to share with what we learn.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
The game is developing so fast now, it is getting difficult to keep up. And when the game is developed, we don't want certain people in here that will destroy our gameplay. We are a civilian organisation. We have the best of both worlds in civilian and military, but civilian is better for our organisation because you have the freedom to become who and what you want and come and go as you please. Military means you have to do as you are told or you are out. We are not dictators in this organisation, so we do not prefer military. But if you do not have time to interact with us, like I said earlier,
Roger.
There is no point in being here, because we want to know about you and we would like you to know about us, as we are one big happy family. Every 3 months we bring in 10 members to give them a chance.
Autopilot.
Autopilot.
But at the end
Roger.
of the 3 months, we might only keep 2. We have been going a year or 2 now and have 41 members. Out of the 41 members, we have 12 active members, and one of those is actually on leave at the moment through circumstances unable to be controlled. As the ships get bigger, we need more reliable members. We have 4 fleet commanders, and we have over 30,000 that has been spent on ships, with nearly every ship that is in the verse right now. But we still need your feedback. The best way to give feedback is to interact with us.
Roger.
If you want to take part in our roleplay, come chat in the reception voice channel, as this is part of interaction in our org which is required. If you want to become a permanent member, we will give you a chance to wear one of our emblems. How to get one of our emblems? You must be a level 10 reputation before we can take you seriously, and that will keep you secure in our organisation. So if you want to take long breaks, you can still be in our organisation, but you are free to come back anytime you like. We don't want more than 100 members in our org or at any one time. When we get to 100 members, we do not let any new members in. This is the best way forward to build our organisation, and it is about quality. It is not about quantity. The main reason for this is in the long run we will be living on our ships, and that will be the Javelin.
Deactivate autopilot.
Autopilot. Roger.
We will help support you with ships when you want to work and other things you like to do in your spare time. With this roleplay, you can still use your own ships and you can command your own vessel. We are better with safety in numbers. As the years go by, we will have more and bigger ships. At the end of the day, we are a colony. Our group name is Unity, all for one and one for all. So if you wish to come and join us, click on the link in the description below and come and say hello and come join us in the verse. and maybe one day you can come and join us on stream. If you like the videos, click on the subscribe button and click on the like button, and you can watch any more videos that we do in the future. You will also see in the description below some of the ships that we do actually have in that is owned: 600I, Andromeda, 85X, Polaris, Pioneer, Merchantman, Carrack, 325A, Hammerhead, Starfarer, Cyclone, Hawk, Apollo, Aquila, Apollo, X1 Force, Aurora, Kraken, Sabre Raven, Herald, Caterpillar, Prospector, Mercury, Freelancer, Arrow, Orion, Hull E, Endeavour. Also, we have the 890 Jump. Now that is a nice ship. That's a really nice ship. There's so many different roles you can do in that ship. It can be a party ship, it can be a utility transporter, it can be a cargo transporter, because even though it says you can only have so much cargo on the 890, with the amount of different ships you can put on that ship, you can increase that cargo quite significantly. And if you don't have a Star Citizen package as yet, if you look in the description below, there is a referral code which starts with STARVVNN. If you go to the Robert Space Industries website and put that in when you make your account, you will be awarded with 5,000 AUEC credits and 5,000 REC credits, which means when you're actually starting the game, you will start off with 10,000 credits, whereas some people start off with 5,000 credits, but you will start with 10,000 AUEC credits. As you can see, Pepper is about to land at Lawville to make even more credits with his vast quantities of laranite. If you do join our in our Discord, there are so many different actual prospects we can give you as the different cargo runs that you can do as a beginner and go from there. So we give you a certain amount of different logistics, financials, supplies as to where to go and from where to get certain commodities from and where to go, and then it will go on from there. So you ease up each time as you go along, from the easiest cargo runs
Roger.
to the most difficult. We will teach you how to fly certain ships, each ship, because it's not easy to take off when you first start. I should know, because I've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt and crashed many a time, and even blew up my ships taking off. So we will help you. It's not an easy job when you first start.
Lights on.
Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
Activate landing procedure.
Automated landing. Landing complete.
Lights off. Engines off. Hey, where's the cargo? Oh yeah, it's half full. Still a little bit glitchy. That's the reason I'm not really turning into it too much there, you see what I mean? Empty. Still lots of space. You can make, and Laramite, you can make 270,000. Okay? You can do, I took it, done it a bit longer today because obviously we wanted to do commentating to show you what it is, and we couldn't actually do it all and fly the ship at the same time. Tomorrow, we will be doing a bit more again and so on. And like you see, as you can see, I'm having trouble at the moment because I can't multitask. So I'll hand you back to the miss again.
Sorry, what was that?
This morning when I woke up, I could not hear because I'm wearing headphones, you see, and my ears are kind of sensitive to certain types of noise, but it's actually coming back, so I should be okay.
Must be the time of year because my ears were a bit sensitive this morning too.
Well, no, mine's with sharp noises going through it for the headphones, you see, and that's the reason why I had that problem. You know what I mean? So I have to, yes, but you see, I've not been able to hear you commentate all day. I've been that deaf, so I've been miming sounds and vibrations. You see, that's how bad it has been.
So you haven't heard my lovely voice all day, but that's not on, is it?
I always make sure my shit's closed before I leave. Always. Right, I can actually get out of this suit. But the problem is, I've only been here about a day, so I don't know if there's any glitches. Usually, by the way, I'm actually a multi-role bug tester. I didn't say a bug tester where single players play the game. You know what I mean? I'm a multi-role bug tester where a couple of us, 2 or 3 of us, search out these bugs. You know what I mean? Which you would not normally know. That's usually me, Little Miss, and Commander Yoza. But Yoza away on leave at the moment. You see, so I can't do too much in multi-role bug testing. And what that does, we find out what these bugs are. So when our members can actually join in the game, we advise them, hey, this doesn't work, that works, and what's the best way around it. So when we're doing our streaming, it works flawlessly, just like what you're seeing today. But if we have put members on our ships without these rehearsals, they crash and they die. But in our role play, if we die, we can't really go back in the ship. Yes, it's in their role play, yes you can, but at least it makes players play a bit more carefully at the end of the day, and they get a lot better. Sorry, I just walked over the chair there. I was saying to my daughter at the moment, she wants something from my phone. As you can see, it's been nearly a year since this game's been developed. I've not been able to come up here, but because the game's more stable now, and I've altered my PC just to play at your level. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit silly, but each district I have to alter my PC so it can play, and that's to do with the cores. But everybody's not technically minded in that aspect, so I wouldn't expect them to do things like that. I've actually turned up the graphics a tiny bit, okay, just to give you an idea what it can be like. Just going to show you the ships that I've got. Now, although we've got a free fly week, okay, obviously when the free fly weeks all the ships are not there, but nearly every ship at the moment, as you can see, we've got them all, plus there's more. Okay, these are all the ships I've got access to. As you can see, it's not just a couple of ships, and I can't fly all these ships, as you can see. Okay, and I've also got ships waiting out to come out in the verse, like the Carrot, well, you name it. There's only two ships I haven't got, and that's the Javelin and the AORUS. Now, with the credits I've got, if I wanted to, if I can find where to rent the ships. Now I'll go to new deals. You've heard about renting and buying. Now because of the credits I've got, I could use these credits now to rent ships or buy ships. But as you can see, I'm multitasking. I don't even know where I am. Yeah, new deals. We'll go to new deals. I can take my clothes off. No, I don't mean take my clothes off, okay?
Yeah, yeah, please don't. Not on stream.
We're almost at an end now. Oh, I am in some casual wear. I've still got my hiking boots on. Now, with the credits I've got, it only takes me about a day or so, and I can buy every ship in the game. I mean, because obviously I've been playing the game long enough and I'm fine-tuned into logistics, but I prefer to be science. Now obviously some people can't afford to buy these ships, but you can rent them, okay? You can't rent all the cargo ships, okay? I know why CIG's done this, okay, but that's between me, myself and my shadow. I don't want to go into too much, but I know everybody's doing all these. As you can see, you can rent all these ships, all of them. But, no, sorry, you can buy these ships, as you can see. I've only been up here, I've not even a day, okay, because this is where I'm going to be spending most of my days, you see. You know what I mean? But in a few days, I can buy them, and that's all starting with 5,000 credits. I can't actually remember where the ship rental place is, okay, because really I'm supposed to be selling the credits at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But I might stumble on them, or somebody might just tell me in chat where they are. I know it's somewhere around here, okay. You might be wondering why I've not been taking part with half the group, because they're at work or doing different parts of the world and their timetable is totally different. But about 4 AM UK time, most of our guys will be coming home, then they'll be joining up with us, and from there then the people on the other side of the world, they then link up until roughly about midnightish or whenever, then they go. They have got private lives and they do take part, but obviously this is how we run our org, so they're not compelled to do all these things. I'm actually looking for where they do all these things. In a couple of days everything will come back to memory and I should be able to find where there is. But anyway, let's just, where is it? Is it over that side? I'm just going to have one more quick look. I know someone will say, hey, it's just over there, just keep going and you'll see it. As you can see, I'm walking. I'm not using joystick or HOTAS or nothing like that. I'm actually using foot pedals, just like he's walking. You put your foot on the pedal and you walk. Steering, I'm using my mouse. I'm trying to think of, do I go vertical for my joysticks or do I go with the new mices that's got 6-degree access between stereo mouses. I did put some software in here a couple of days back, but I've not had time to explore it properly. Because obviously, you know, the mouses, the programmers turn to share the same interrupts. But I'm almost sure when I first came in the game, I could use 2 mices independently. But I've got to remember how to do that, you see. I'm just having a look around. We'll be knocking off in about 10 minutes for a dinner break. If you want to see more, okay, just click on the subscribe button and click the like. I don't know if the miss has been in the chat box to see if anybody's been typing, but I'm actually working on that so I can actually see when people are actually typing and get it back active again. There's actually so much going in Star Citizens, we forget about all these little things, but I've got to get it back. You know, like board game, like to read the chats and all that. We need to get it back in there, you know what I mean? Because it's the only way we can communicate with guys that's not in the organisation. But like I said, there's so much going on. You know what I mean? We used to have it pretty active, but because it's not active, obviously we've lost the YouTube chat. But I will be working on that. Even if I've got to do it by myself, then I will be doing that.
Myson said, quick Pepper, look behind you.
Yeah, right.
So where are you then, Myson? I don't know what you meant. That's what he meant. That's what you just said in chat.
I'm just checking me. Oh, I think he was trying to direct me to the ship rental place. Just let me just check my PC stats, please. Right, everything's on the 50% apart from what's that one? Discord streaming and whatnot. Should be using more calls than that. 40%. Yes, in with intolerance. I thought Dr. Myson was at work today.
Might be a lunch break, I don't know. That's what you put. Quick Pepper, look behind you.
1400. It's about 9 AM in this part of the country, so it might be just going to work. As you can see, my members will tell you I was crashing so often. I played more than 3 hours straight and I haven't crashed once. That's because obviously I fine-tuned it. But when our members are ready and they want me to help them sort their PCs out, I will do. And obviously somebody will come in and tell them to do it differently. But obviously I'll just show them once and it's up to them how they go about it. I'm not saying I know everything, but I've got 2 PCs here. Look at Mrs. Slow PC and my fast PC, and as you can see it works. By the way, a lot of members, you members who play the game, have noticed you got spin, you see your PC spinning like this all the time. What that problem is, you've got to go back into your key bindings and also the dead zones. But every time you go back into the game, it resets itself. You have to delete Star Citizens and reinstall it. I don't just mean the game, I mean the launcher, everywhere you got Star Citizens, in the download file, anywhere Star Citizens, you have to delete it and reinstall it. And then when you install and set your key bindings, you won't be getting these problems. If you don't want to lose your key bindings, when you delete your users file, don't delete your users file, rename it to users file 1 and take your key bindings out there and put it back into your normal users file, and there you go. We've been going 2 hours. I usually go for 4 or 5 hours, but at the moment, as I said, look, Mrs. Pretty Ills today, and I'm gonna go get something to eat and whatnot. So I hope you found this educational. We didn't do what everybody else did, tell you about the ships and whatnot. We just give you an idea about the role play and what you can do in the game. I did one roll, and that was the caterpillar. Tomorrow I might do the 890 jump. Obviously the cargo officials is not there. I might even do the a bit of combat, depending who's on and what ship I use. If we've got 3 of us on, I might take the hammerhead out for combat, for multi-role play, not everybody in separate ships. You know what I mean? It depends how we go about it. There's everything in there for everybody. I came into the game with about 900, but just under 1 million. I'm going to see what we've got now. I've got what, just under 100,000. That's a bit low, that actually. I wonder why that is. Oh, yeah. I didn't film my ship. I could have made more than that in less time, okay? I could have just slowed there, picked up everything and kept on coming back. But we wanted to dictate the game and advertise it. I am now level 2 logistics in the game. Okay, basically it's the reputation skills we have in our game and how we do things. Level 1 logistics is 100,000. Level 2 logistics is 100,000. Level 3 logistics is level 1 logistics 100,000. Level 2 logistics 1 million. Level 3 logistics 10 million. Level 3 logistics 100 million, and we have 5 levels. When did I buy tungsten? That's why I was low. You see, as I said, when I'm playing the game, and talking at the same time I make mistakes. But that's the reason why I was low. If it was all Laramite, my figures would have been a lot better. Oh, you see, as you can see, I went to buy scrap. That's to do it about another role. We're doing round trips, which is pretty good. Basically, you know, like if you want to do illegal commodities next up, like etc., without getting crime stat, we've even done all of that. Lost out on a lot of them now, actually. If you want to be selling large commodities at this level, Hurston is the best place. As far as I'm concerned, and to do some research, because the trading apps are a little bit behind at the moment, so it's all trial and error. But I've just been told that First Mate is now up to date, so I will be going back into that. Hope they've got some more new stuff in there, and me and Little Miss and Dot will be going over those things to see what there is. As you can see, I've now got over 1 million, so I'm now officially level 1 logistics. But I'm not logistics in the game in this patch. I'm actually supposed to be doing science and freelance work. Well, as you can see, that's how it is usually. And I've been streaming about 2.5 hours. I usually stream for 4 or 5 hours, you know what I mean, doing my own little plotting things and whatnot. The reason why I stream for so long is because I like to look back on things, see what breaks, what's not working, and how we can make it better for the other members in the game. Other members don't see like that, they don't interest, but to me it's educational. So yes, I will be going back over all of this, but I've done it so many times I know what to expect, you know what I mean. But I always do something different in the game at all times. Anyway, you folks, I'm glad you spent the time with us. And I'd like to see you in the verse, and I'd like to see you in our Discord if you wish to join. We only take on 10 members at a time, and out of the 10 members we only keep at least 2. Why? Because we want the players to interact and get to know each other. So it's not about taking so many on, because obviously it gets too much and whatever, you know what I mean. So we don't do that. So I'm not buying no weapons, I'm not buying none of this at the moment, because obviously our players want these things, you see, etc. But now the game's at an end, I'm not buying anything. Well, I've just said that basically I'm just hungry, I want to get something to eat, I'm starving. I'm just trying to find somewhere to sit. I should actually log off in the bed actually. And as you've seen, I've played for 3 hours straight and I haven't crashed. But sometimes trying to explain this to certain people is difficult because somebody's told them something different, you see. And me explaining things, I'm not really good at explaining things, so they don't take it serious. It's not a bad thing, it's just the way I explain things, because sometimes I just waffle on, you see. They get bored, they just want to get the game on and get it done and whatnot, which I understand. No, I ain't going there because I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be just like Dr. Mice and I'm going to spend my credits. So I'm going to log off here. And before I log off, there's some more details, as you can see on the left hand side, about what we are, how to get to us and everything. Okay, it's all there in the Unity logo and whatnot. Anyway, it's good night from me, and it's good night from Little Miss and all the Unity org members. I also say good afternoon.